if you want to stop blowing up on your employees, blowing up on your loved ones, overthinking so much in your mind that when you read a comment that your employee sends or someone that you care for sends, you automatically start going down this spiral, to put a pause, to stop, to feel more ease within yourself, we're going to talk about one tip, one tool that you can utilize to start experiencing more peace within yourself before you blow up on your employee, before you blow up on your loved one, and before you continuously go down this spiral of overthinking and anxiety within yourself. Welcome back to this live replay episode. For those of you that are watching this replay, I love engagements, so I would love for you to pop some comments in as you watch this Instagram live. I encourage that. I want to read through them as well, so please feel free to share, and also share this as you listen to this with someone that you feel can really resonate with this message. So we've all been there, and that's a part of the reason why I was late to this Instagram live. I'm pretty diligent overall with time. I would say that it's something that is a value of mine. So I scheduled this for 10:45, which typically we go live at 10:30 on Wednesdays now. I scheduled it, I moved it a little bit back at 10:45 because I wasn't feeling as grounded within myself. And then I hopped on for 10:51 because I was practicing what we're going to get into. I was feeling annoyed. I was feeling frustrated. I noticed myself starting to have some unhelpful thoughts, or noticed myself starting to go down this spiral of anxiety of, oh my gosh, me and my team, we're building out this offer. We're building out things for you guys to be able to utilize, which is going to be live very soon. So a part of that, when you have a team, when you're managing, when you are leading, is also getting to know the team and learn the team and all the different things. So I noticed some anxiety come up within myself because there was something that I was reading through that they were building out, which was beautiful, but it wasn't my language. And so there's a letting go in allowing the team to be them and utilize language in different ways, but also making sure that my voice is still shared in regards to how I like to speak and talk. So like a balance of both of that. So I was reading through something, and something that's really important to me is honesty and transparency. So for example, when I like to sell, I don't like to manipulate, or I don't like to share it's going to be this, but then secretly, we're going to do some different things. Like, one of the best salesmen to me is Myron Golden, because he is transparent, he's honest, and he will tell you up front what you're going to, like, what it is. He's just laying it out for you. It's not all the little nuts and bolts and pieces of it, but it's, here's the pricing, this is what it's going to be, and then it's going to increase to this. So basically that's what I was reading something in regards to that, and I noticed myself feeling kind of annoyed and triggered and just like, because I want to make sure that I'm transparent. And again, it's a value of mine. And I think that that's also really powerful when it comes to not just selling, but just in general, that openness of your heart, that openness in general of being transparent with people when you know the outcome of things. So I started to feel frustrated. I started to feel anxious, was the word I'm going to use. And I could have gone into yelling at my team. I could have gone into creating all these different stories, which I noticed myself I started doing because I am human and those things can still happen. I could have gone into our messages together and blown up on this person and said, blah, 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 and then after feel regret of like, ooh, you know, like when you finally, it's like having a good cry, and then you finally you feel more calm within yourself, and you're like, oh, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe you haven't even come to that point, okay? So this is awareness for you. But it's like when you come to that point of realizing, oh, dang, like maybe I should have waited a little while, right? So instead of doing those things, I took time to regulate my nervous system. Now, what does that mean? Well, our nervous system is composed of our sympathetic nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system. Now, stay with me here. For those of you that are note takers, I recommend grabbing a notebook, grabbing something to write with, because this can be helpful for you. Or if you just want to listen, you can do that as well if you're walking around, whatever, want to write it down later. Write these two things down, soak these two things in. Sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, our sympathetic nervous system is when we are in fight, meaning that we, like for me, for example, I was feeling some fight come up within myself. Like you feel like you're on edge, like you are ready to speak. It's almost like your employee or your team or your loved one, your partner could say, your child could say one more thing, and you're just waiting. It's like you're like prowling, kind of like a predator, you know, like you're waiting, you're on edge. How many people have experienced that? Go ahead and type in the comments, go ahead and type in here what you relate with. So if you're kind of on the prowl, you're really ready to see when the next time someone is going to just push that button, you know, you're looking for that. So I was experiencing some of that in different ways. So that's fight, really feeling like it's here almost within your throat. It can feel differently within each person's body, but for me, it's like kind of like a buildup throughout your chest into the throat. Like you are ready. Like the words are like, you know the words, like the words are there for you. Okay. So that's fight. You are ready to fight. Flight is feeling like you physically want to leave the conversation, or you physically want to leave the space. You physically want to leave the relationship. You want to leave whatever is going on. You're like, I don't want to do that either. And I experienced that myself too, you know. It's not that I am perfectly immune to these things. It's something that I still actively work on to reprogram and anchor into who I want to be. So we're going to get into that as well. But flight is really like you want to leave. You're ready to leave. And then there's freeze, which is maybe you hold your breath, right? Like if you actually think of prey, when they're being hunted, what do they do at times? Like they hold their breath, right? Stand behind a tree, don't move. You see that in movies as well. Don't move. Don't breathe. Don't make any sounds, right? So it's like this freeze, like you feel like either one of two things could be happening. You feel like you know what you want to say, but you're so scared to say it out of different reasons for why, and those can stem from different things. Or you don't even know what to say. You're like, how are we even having this conversation right now? Like, how is this my reality? Like, are you really speaking to me in this way right now? Is this actually happening? Okay. So how many people resonate with fight, flight, freeze, all of the above? I can resonate with all of the above at different points in my life. So, and even at times still. So go ahead and type that in the comments as well. Let's go ahead and not shame anyone, not shame yourself. Let's take just acknowledgement that you're human and these things happen, and this is very normal for everyone to experience in different ways. So a way for you to feel more calm, a way for you to feel ease, a way for you to feel more peace within yourself before blowing up on your employee, before yelling at your team, before starting to overthink and go into all these different stories in regards to why they're not the person or why you need to leave or why, like, all these different things, which there's different, like, there's so many catalysts to this. Yes, there can be an importance at times when it comes to relationships of evaluating the types of relationships that's important in general, the types of relationships that you want and all the different things. And we're not going to go into the specifics of why, but just know that there is discernment for you to use and standards for you to have in regards to how you want to be treated in relationships. That is not a bad thing. That is healthy to have standards. But realizing within yourself when you want to leave, when you are starting to overthink, when you are wanting to fight, and how you can actually come to a place of more calm, and really reminding yourself, ultimately reminding your body on a physical level that you're safe. Like, that's what you're reminding yourself, is that you are safe. My fan's on right now. It's still kind of hot because I keep my hair on. My hair is hot, but I keep my air on a higher temperature. So the fan is on, which it could be cooler in here for me right now. And then I have this pillow, which we're going to talk about. Trusty good pillow. So one of the tools that you can use is emotional regulation tools. So what that means is, instead of you being in fight, flight, freeze, which is your sympathetic nervous system, you intentionally activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So you intentionally do tools, perform tools that help you feel more calm within yourself. And a part of doing this is by releasing the energy that is within you. So, for example, one tool, which this is the highlight, one tool that you can do is in the comfort of your own space. I'm in my office right now, which is where I like to practice my emotional regulation tools. It's away from people and kind of in the privacy of my own space because I like to scream and all the different things. So grab a pillow, especially if you're feeling fiery within yourself. Grab a pillow and think about what you'd want to say to that person as if they were there. And you're not going to physically go tell this person all the things that you want to tell them initially. You're going to say it and you're going to scream and you're going to punch the pillow. You're going to think about it, or you're going to think about things that are just frustrating you in general. And good love to this pillow, but you're going to take it out on this pillow and you are going to go ham on this pillow, okay? So, I typically will, because I have a rug, I used to do it on my bed, but it's next to people, and I don't want them to hear that. So I have a rug down right now, and I will put this pillow flat and then just start punching the pillow. Start feeling into all of the frustration that you have. Let it out on the pillow. Think about, what you'd either want to say to that person, or think about the event that happened and let it out on that pillow. And that's what I did before this. That's why I was late to this call, because I was regulating myself to the best of my ability. And sometimes, especially for those of you that are business owners or in, managers, leaders, things like that, you don't necessarily have 24/7 or an hour or 2 hours to regulate yourself or to feel more calm or to practice a tool like this, or even maybe have access to a tool like this. And I have different videos on things that you can do in regards to that, which you can watch as well. And oftentimes you don't like, still, I don't necessarily want to regulate myself. It's so much easier to either sit in the frustration or to sit in the worry or to sit in the uncomfortability versus grabbing a pillow and punching it. And why that is because our nervous system has become so used to the other way of that being the norm. So it's teaching yourself that ease and peace is safe. Within your body, physically, ease and peace is safe, and it's allowing you to release it, because I didn't necessarily want to punch the pillow, and I didn't necessarily want to do those things, but I know that it's helpful for me in showing up. And even though it's helpful for me in showing up in a way of who I want to be, because that's a catalyst for all of this in different ways that I've learned about from different sources and different resources, who you want to be. So do you want to be a leader who blows up on their loved ones? Probably not. That's probably why you're watching this video, because you want to be someone, and you are someone that is able to experience ease, that's able to have loving relationships that you're working on, to be able to have a solid, beautiful team that you're working on, to be able to have a life that you enjoy, that you're working on, to be able to do things that you love, to be able to have healthier relationships. And so most of the time, when you're in your sympathetic nervous system, when you're in the fight, flight, freeze, we want to stay there. And so it's a matter of recognizing, okay, what are some tools which we have access to in different videos that I talk about? What are some tools that you can practice, such as the punching the pillows? Breathing, for example, is another one, to experience more ease within yourself, to feel more peace within yourself, to feel more calm within yourself. And again, sometimes most of the time, we don't have, like, initially when you start, you don't necessarily want to do it. There can be a lot of resistance if you're anything like me, still, to where you don't necessarily want to do it. But as you do it, you're like, I wish I had more time to do it. As you're doing it, you wish you had more time, because it is such a releasing and good and amazing freeing feeling that comes to us, I believe, from God, because everything is beautiful and comes from God. So, punching pillows is one tool that you can utilize to start experiencing more ease, to start experiencing more peace, to start experiencing more calmness in your life. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Share this with someone that you feel would really benefit from this, and start practicing this. Start practicing this. Again, it doesn't have to be a 2-hour punching the pillow session that you do. Try it for 5 minutes. The next time you get really frustrated with someone, something, try it. If you find yourself feeling in a mode of freeze, try it. Scream. Let it out. Release it. If you find yourself wanting to leave the conversation, fight it. Do it. I don't love those 2 words. Punch it. And watch yourself experience more ease, experiencing more calmness, experience more calmness within yourself. So that way, you can be the calm leader. You can be the helpful partner. You can be the mom that shows up for her child from a calm, loving place. You can hold it and have it all and feel safe within yourself. And something that you're building and something that you're working on. Holding goodness, holding beauty, holding calmness in your life. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I will see you next week for our Instagram live. And I send you all great energy your way. Let me know how your pillow sessions go. Let me know. It's very freeing. Coming from also a person who was very shy growing up. Very, very, very shy. And I didn't know how to express anger in a healthy way, and my natural default was to just cry. Like I would cry over so many different things, and it's not coming from a place of shaming myself, but that was the norm for many different reasons, which we don't have time to go into today. So I want you to know that if I can come from a place of being this shy, quiet, not confident, accepting any sort of romantic relationship, not having standards, not respecting myself or knowing that I was deserving of respect, to being a woman who respects herself, to being a woman who loves herself, to being a woman who is a queen, who is actively working on building healthier relationships, who feels more confident, who feels that she can give and present TED Talks, for example. Even though there can be some resistance that comes up, but the confidence of knowing that I can, if I can come from this place of the shy, quiet girl, overthinking and not knowing her worth, to a person who is looking into, because I have ROCD, who's looking into healing continuously, feeling confident, being loving, secure, healthy. You can do it too. I wish you could see, I don't even know what wording I want to use there, but a video of an old me. And now I can experience anger because I've learned that. And so again, punching pillows for me, when I first started doing this, felt so weird. And I didn't really know how to experience the anger and the frustration and all the things until I just started doing it. And now she gets feisty. So if I can do it because God is so good, you can do it because God is so good, and you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So I hope you all have such an awesome and amazing day. I hope that this video was inspirational. I hope that this video was relatable for you. I hope that I am coming across more relatable for you, that you can resonate with something that I shared from this message. Any questions that you all have, you're more than welcome to share. And I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. God is with you, and I will see you all next week live around 10:30 a.m. Central Time. See you guys.